Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
and we're no damn experts. I'm stoked, Shannon.
I know. Got a couple of characters in here.
We do. You folks are in for a treat. Today, we have never met these people a day in our lives,
Nope.
and already I feel like we're lifelong friends.
Yeah, she's booting me out of her co-hosting position already. You'll see why. You'll see why.
In the podcast studio is the people or person, we'll get into this, people or
They're one
person that donated the tree that sits in front of the Civic Center. 2 trees. We'll get into that.
it. Okay.
There are 2 trees donated. There's only one sitting in front of the Civic Center as the
Okay.
city Christmas
The
tree.
official tree.
Yep. And if you want to know more about how that process happens, we did visit with Kelly a while back from Downtown Great Falls Association. It's like some name in the hat drawing, but 2 trees this family has donated. And they're here to talk to us about all things and a little bit probably Christmas. Bruce Foss and his brother Steve Foss, thank you for joining
Yay.
us.
Glad to be here.
And they brought treats for us.
Yeah, so
Even better.
I'm gonna share. I just got this. You were gone.
I was gone.
Yep. And I said, oh, you know what would be fun is because I got the opportunity to visit with one of the people who donated a Christmas tree a couple years ago. And I'm like, we should have the people who donate the tree on
Yeah,
the podcast.
for
That would be
sure.
fun. And so I emailed Kelly and he goes, oh, yeah, he would be perfect for the podcast. Bruce is a
Again,
character.
kicking me off my co-hosting duties.
And so I called Bruce. He's like, heck yeah, I'll come in. And he called back to confirm last week. And
Yeah.
he says, I'm going to bring treats. And I said, well,
Even better.
heck, I'll let you do that.
Right.
So
Our
what have
favorite
you,
guest.
why, tell us about your treats. Because
Ooh,
I
yeah,
really want to
kicking
eat
us
them.
off with the treats. That's right.
Well, ladies, I went over to Weeda, Montana this morning, which has, as far as I'm concerned, the best cinnamon rolls in Great Falls.
They are, and they're massive.
And I brought
Oh, I
you
should take a picture of them with them. Show people.
1 cherry and 1 apple.
Ooh.
So when Bruce was telling me this, I didn't know they had cherry and apple
No,
cinnamon
I've
rolls.
just ever had the cinnamon, the caramel.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they
Well-
not massive?
They're ginormous.
They're bigger than my head.
This is what we're supposed to be sharing with the rest of the team that's not in the studio.
Weeda, Montana's got good sandwiches. They got an awesome breakfast burrito.
Ooh, I need to try that.
And they have their cinnamon rolls. And if I'm not sure, but I know they got the cherry here and the apple. And I think they have a peach and a blueberry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did not realize
So
they had that.
if you look in there, that's the icing.
Yep.
But sometimes they'll put it on a Bavarian cheese.
Ooh. That
Yum.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
So, let's detour a little bit because Wheat Montana, huge staple for our community.
Absolutely.
Great Montana brand.
Get your Montana products right there.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
And the wheat, of course, comes from the ground. That is our agricultural lifestyle of Montana. Tell us about you, kids. Are you Montana boys? Are you Great Falls boys?
We're Montana boys.
Okay.
Okay.
From Butte, is that?
No.
Tell us all the things.
Tell us about where you grew up, how you grew up, all those fun things.
We were born in 87 miles north up in Shelby, Montana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep. Highline.
My father was driving truck up there and tanker,
Okay.
crude oil out of the fields.
Okay.
And he decided he wanted to start a trucking company.
That's a brilliant idea.
So we moved here in '63 and
Okay.
been here ever since.
Here in Great Falls.
Here in Great Falls.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm going to add in a part Steve didn't,
Okay.
which is really amazing. My father went to Seattle, or not Seattle, Wenatchee, when
Okay.
he was 15 years old.
I have to ask, did he do it? Like, did he jump a train and go, or did?
How'd you know?
Oh, wow. Oh,
I just had a suspicion
Okay.
because that was what
was
happened
how
a
you
lot
got
with
there.
15-year-olds.
Seiko was quite a rail crossing back in the day because Dad said that's where they used to pull in and fuel and water the trains and stock up on wood to keep going.
yeah.
So he just got in a tiff at his house with his family. So he just hopped the train, and
Wow.
him and I believe CP.
No,
How'd CP get out there?
he went out and got him, brought him back.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
That's my
anyway,
uncle,
okay.
his brother.
he went out there and picked apples, and he wasn't making any money.
Yeah.
So he decided he was going to come back to Montana and see what he could do, which he came back. And the story I get a kick out of is he said he was on the train and it was so cold. The caboose man, I don't know what the proper name of
I
it
like
is,
Caboose Man. Mhm. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
the right name.
he gave Dad a coat
Oh, that's so nice.
so he
Wow.
wouldn't freeze to death. Well, then
Yeah.
Dad gets into Shelby, and he's 15 years old, and he got hooked up with a lady.
Ooh.
As happens, yes.
She owned a bar or a restaurant.
Like this. Never mind. I'm making assumptions in my brain. Continue with your story.
I believe it was a restaurant that he worked at. She fed him, and he did work around there. And then this gentleman walked in by the name of Horace Stenderud.
Ooh.
Quite a name.
Walked in and told Dad, said, "You want to haul crude oil?" And that's how Dad got into driving a truck when he
Okay.
was 15 years old.
Wow. And then he turned it into his own business.
Yep.
So, because we don't have a video component of this, maybe Shannon will take pictures of Bruce and Steve afterwards to help promote
Yes.
this. But anyway,
They were in the background of this
yeah.
picture too.
What year is this when Dad's 15?
It would have been probably about 42 or 43.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was
Yeah.
born in 29.
Okay.
So I swear, and I could be making something up. We either have a podcast episode where somebody else's father came out and got off the train in Shelby or Cut Bank and
Okay.
made a living here, like from Midwest.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I'm going to
remembering
say it's going to be Craig Madsen.
Oh. Okay.
So if anybody wants to go back and listen to our episodes and confirm that for me, you can email Carol information at visitgreatfalls.org. So, well, that's something. And I have to ask, because I see on the table, does your father's trucking company that he started still exist today?
No, it does not.
It does
Oh.
not. What
What
happened?
what was the name of the company?
Oh, he false trucking.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Aha. Those are the hats.
I brought a hat for each one
Oh
of you.
my gosh. These are true trucker hats. This
Real
is cool.
trucker and the good
Oh
colors.
my gosh. And so and
John
this,
Deere green.
this is a special thing too, because this company's no longer.
But it's heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
That is really neat.
There's something we should say about the color.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it's
Yes,
John Deere.
when Dad
Right.
started growing, he walked in and he said, "Okay," he said, "we need an official color."
Uh-huh.
And my brother said, dark blue. Dad wanted gray. Mom said green.
Mom wins.
Mom wins.
Yeah.
Mom wins.
But this does stand out. It is it's rememberable. Rememberable? I think I made up a
Memorable.
word.
Yep.
That works.
Still a vacation
He
brain.
started-
It's okay.
He started with one truck in 63, and when he retired in 2004, we had close to 50 trucks and 75 trailers.
Holy criminy.
Wow. So did you guys drive for him?
He drove.
Okay.
My two other brothers drove, and then I worked in the shop and dispatched.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay.
So how many kids are in the family?
5.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
All boys?
One mistake.
No.
Are you talking about your sister?
Yeah.
No, I got a pretty good sister.
Oh, well, that's
Are
good.
you talking about your brother that you're sitting next to?
No,
that would
I
be
have an
awkward.
actual sister.
There was 4 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
Yeah, he's within swinging distance.
That's fair. You are locked in this small room.
So, did So I'm going to ask the question, and it's probably inappropriate, but that's what we do. So was the woman who owned the restaurant, did she become your mom, or was she
No,
just old
no.
and nice
No.
lady?
See, that's
No.
where I was originally, and then I was like, I'm going to stop
No,
my
yeah, no.
assumptions.
No, he went to work there. He had no place to stay. And
Just
she,
a nice lady.
She fed him for the winter and let him sleep in the back room. And
Okay.
he did a little odds and ends around there for her. And he said it was,
Yeah, good, nice
Nice.
people on
Yeah.
the High Line.
Yeah.
No, he met my mother in the. My mom was from Shelby. Dad was up on Seco Scobie area.
Okay.
And he met my mom at the fair in Shelby.
Ooh,
Oh.
summer
Well,
loving.
summer romance.
Yeah.
Oh.
About a year and a half, and then they got married in 49.
Oh, wow. Yes,
see,
Bruce.
there's a little part here, Steve's, I'd left out is the fact that Mom did not like Dad at all.
Ever?
This is like
Did what?
every good romance story ever.
She did not want to have anything to do with him. But being my father is full-blood Norwegian, no doesn't fall in his vocabulary. And he just
Won her over, huh?
won her over, and they got married.
Wow.
So my mom also was never going to date a guy like my dad. And then they got married and they had 2 children. And they were together
Common
for,
theme along the High Line up there, huh?
really is.
Northeast Montana.
you know, those stubborn Norwegians.
Yep.
My dad was
Oh.
Polish.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But my mother was Norwegian, and I inherited a lot of that Norwegian stubbornness.
Yeah,
So-
they were-
Really?
They were married for 54 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's a long.
That's
It's a long time.
to start off as not liking each
And-
other. Yeah. Or him.
With my dad being gone all the time because he was over the road, you know. She was not only the mother, she was also the father. So
Ooh.
she went through a lot of stuff raising 4 boys and a girl.
I bet.
Yeah, I can't
Very
imagine.
strong woman.
Back in those times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back
Very
in
strong
those
woman.
days, we knew if Mom beat us with a hand, laugh it off.
Yeah.
If she come at us with a broom, okay, that's a little serious. But when she went to the closet and got that belt, one of us did a major screw up.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. The belt. That's no one wants that.
That Mom got the belt, everybody went.
Everybody
That was
disappeared.
that was her armor right there. So how old were you two when you moved to Great Falls?
He was 4, I was 5.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So tell us about growing up in Great Falls.
I went just local. I
Yeah.
went to Sacagawea when it first opened. I was the first class to go all 3 years at North Junior High.
Ooh.
And then I graduated from Russell in 76.
Okay.
And my dad at one time had to go to Missoula, and he was working out in Missoula. And then he came back here in 78, and that's when I went into his shop and started servicing his trucks and all that. That's when we started to grow everything.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Back up a little bit here.
Yeah.
When Dad was bought his 1969 Freightliner, I thought, whoa, what a truck. And he leased it to Perkle out of Racine, Wisconsin. I said it was 6 months. Mom said he was only gone a month. Oh. This is how
Felt
much
so
I
long.
love my father.
Yeah.
And he called, and she told all of us, do not cry. If you cry, I'm taking the phone away.
Oh.
So Greg got on the phone. Dad, Mom is beating her. Oh, no. Oh, she's just terrible. Mom grabbed the phone and said, Earl, these kids are driving me nuts.
We are
it had
not
to
doing
have been
well.
hard for Dad too. That's probably why she didn't want you to show any of that emotion, because then Dad would be like, "Oh,
Feels
I need to
bad
be
and-
home with my family," and
Yeah.
you know,
He's-
probably a good dad, not one that's like, screw them kids."
You know, I remember I got a birthday card from him when he was in Racine. And I opened it. It was big. I thought, whoa. So I opened it up and it said, I got for you what you always wanted for your birthday. So, whoa, a dog. And I opened it up and said, but the mailman wouldn't let me crawl in the envelope.
Oh.
I carried that card around for a long time.
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Sweet.
So let's talk. Dad and Mom lived here in Great Falls. Dad got to work all over. You boys grew up, helped Dad out. Where did the tree come from?
Well, let's,
Yeah.
we're not done with Mom
Oh.
and Dad yet.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got to
Steve was
interrupt the story.
5, 6 when Mom ran up in front of the truck.
What happened?
What?
Anyway, my father
Rebecca
went,
just got the hand. Like, don't.
my father went down to buy some parts for the truck. And Mom looked at him and said, "Is it in gear?" And Dad said, "Don't worry about it, Margaret. They can't move it." Well, that was back in the day when you had, I don't know if you guys ever drove in a pickup or whatever that had a button on top and you pulled the
Yep.
bar back to lock the brakes. Well, Steve and I were in their truck, and then one of us happened to grab the wrong gear stick, and the truck started rolling.
Uh-oh.
So here's my mother. I
You
love
ran
her.
your mother over?
No, she ran out in front of the truck, and she said, "Stop." Well,
Oh, she's being like a superhero
Yeah,
out
she
there
thought she-
pushing on the pickup.
thought she was working for God at that point.
Yeah.
He got back in time to get the truck stopped.
So she got out and jumped in it and pushed the brake pedal down and got
Oh.
it stopped. And then this kid come by in a delivery truck. Oh, there was a trench at the end of the street. This is just
Oh,
when they were
gosh.
putting in Riverview.
Oh.
Okay.
We bought one of the first houses in Riverview.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And Dad decided to get a little delayed. This kid comes up, and Mom said, "Do you know how to drive a truck?" He said, "Nope, you got everything under control." See it. She left, and he
Oh my
left.
gosh.
I don't know how long she sat out there before Dad got home,
Oh my gosh. Just holding it.
just stepping on the brake pedal.
Gosh. That gives us a glimpse into
So
who she is. Was,
About-
yeah.
I'd say a month or two later with the car.
Oh, you guys did it again?
Yeah,
Oh,
What is wrong with you two?
we
I
were in the
didn't.
car.
It wasn't me. I don't remember anything about this.
We were in the car, and they put it. I don't know. Steve was there, and he put it in neutral. I thought he said I did it. Don't know, but anyway, one of us went out a window about this far down,
Oh gosh.
about 6 inches,
Oh.
and they couldn't find us. We were hid.
You're like, well,
For
we did
fear
it
of the
again.
belt.
We did it again.
No, for fear of Dad, he was home.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I can safely say I'm 65 years old and he never touched me. But boy, I'll tell you what, my brothers didn't get that treatment.
Ooh. You, Steve, got it?
No.
Oh. The other brothers.
Who's the oldest brother?
That's Richard Foss. He lives in Yuma, Arizona.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then second.
My sister Veronica, and her and her husband's got a farm at Hobson.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nice.
And then I've got a brother Greg. He lives here. And then me and Bruce.
Okay, so you two are the youngest? Oh.
I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Darn
boy.
sure not the smallest, but I am the
The
youngest.
youngest. All right.
So, Dad being from Saco, do you guys still have family up in that area?
Yes.
Oh, do you go back to see them at all?
We just got back from Scobie. A nephew of Dad's just passed,
Okay.
and we went up to Scobie for 2 days, and I'll tell you, we had a blast. It was
Yeah.
really fun. I mean, the bartender at the Bison Bar up there, I know she thinks we're nuts.
Have you ever had a bad time on the High Line? Is really the big question.
I can say safely no.
No, there you
See?
go.
That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. We're both Highline girls. She's from Havre
Sort of. Yep.
ish,
Ish. High school in Havre. Yes.
and I grew up north of Malta and Whitewater.
Do you know the Broadbrookses?
I do know the Broad Brookses.
They were cousins.
Oh,
See,
getting all kinds of connections here.
I thought you came from Kansas City.
I did originally. We moved to Havre from Kansas City right before I started high school.
Oh, okay.
So originally from Kansas City, high school in Havre. Yep.
Well, you said Havre-ish. So
Yeah.
where were you from
Well,
Havre?
in Havre, I say ish from Havre because I
just
just
high
spent
school,
high
in
school
Havre.
Oh,
So
okay.
She had most of her
that was the
formidable
ish
years
part.
in Kansas City,
I
Missouri,
mean, both Kansas.
Kansas.
That was
Missouri.
aggressive. I'm sorry.
You guys,
Woo!
cute story about a small town.
Okay.
Dad's driver was heading east across Highway 2. Called up Dad one morning and he said, "Earl," he said, "I hit a car."
Oh no!
Dad said, "Oh my God." He said, "Anything hurt?" He said, "Well, yeah." He said, "I broke the spring hanger." Dad said, "No problem." He said, "Where are you at?" He said, "You are not ever going to believe the name of this town." Dad said, "Well, shoot me. What is it?" He
Yeah.
said, "Saco." Dad said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm in the O'Brien's bar."
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
Dad
old
said-
O'Brien's.
Dad hollered out, "Call for Harvey Foss."
oh my gosh.
So Bob turned around and said, "Harvey Foss." Harvey turned around, "Yeah, what do you need?" So they took the truck down to the city shop, and Bob took everything off that was broke, and my brother Rich and I drove it up there and put it on, and he was on his way. Thought,
But that is
That's
so
a true
typical,
Highline story. Yeah. Small
so
town,
typical
Montana.
small town.
Yep. So
Yeah.
true. So true.
Yeah. Tell us about any sibling feuds that might have happened while you all were growing up here in Great Falls, or was it just one happy, loving family, except for the vehicles going into gear on accident?
Oh, we had our scuffles. But we're a pretty close family.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
one of the scuffles, Steve doesn't like to be called the baby because I've always been bigger than him.
Okay.
And that has a tendency to, which I can understand, he gets mad.
Bruce did tell me, don't
Yeah.
say that at all.
Don't call him the baby of the family. 'Cause,
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
Not true.
it's not true. But yeah, we had our tussles.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's a good family. My brother and I still fight today.
I'm an only child, so I don't. And I married an only child, so I don't.
No fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, we put
there's
down a
fighting.
fight or two.
So, holidays, talk about Christmas with me, about
Yeah.
growing up, having, 5 siblings, mom and dad, extended family, I have to assume, all relatively close. Shelby and Seiko aren't that far away. What were holidays like?
Well, when we moved to Great Falls, when they first got married and they were living in Shelby, they'd do Christmas in Shelby, then they go to Saco for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But when we moved to Great Falls, he got busier and busier, so we never really went anywhere. We just stayed at home.
Yeah.
Maybe invite a few of the neighbors over and all that and have a little Thanksgiving dinner. But
Well, wait a sec.
Okay.
We used to go to Saco
Yeah.
for Turkey Day. My birthday is the 21st of November.
Okay.
Oh.
So Dad said we would go up there. And my grandmother, which we had no idea what her birthday was. All
Oh.
we knew about her is that she came over from Norway on a work visa
Oh.
when she was 18. We never found out how old my grandmother was
Really?
until my cousin was doing one of those things on television.
Ancestry things?
Yeah. And apparently we've still got a lot of relatives over there
Nice.
In Norway.
in Norway.
Are you going to
so-
go visit?
Maybe.
Are you going to invite them to come visit?
they
They've
did.
been here.
They have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we.
That's how
Met
we
'em.
met him.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, darn. I wish I'd brought the picture. And they
Yeah.
took a picture of themselves in all the old Norwegian garb
Oh.
and
Nice.
sent it down to the family.
Very cool.
And actually, our surname is Anfossen.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you had to shorten it?
Yeah,
or...
my,
Americanized it.
his oldest brother came over and shortened it, and then when my dad's dad came over, he shortened it too. So
There were our family heritage. My grandfather came over on the boat with his brother, and their name was obviously too complicated for things. But a lot of families got last names split. Like if brothers weren't happy to be together, they would split the last name, and one would take one part, and the other would take the other part. And I wouldn't say like the brothers decided that. I think a lot of that happened at Ellis Island, where they're just like, this is now you. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay. But our family's last name used to be a lot longer. And I don't know why, because it's Laugesen. That's my mom's maiden name.
Okay.
And it's really, it's not
It's
any.
not that complicated.
No.
No.
But also, what was it before? Like,
Right.
how long was it? And I
Yeah.
could be making this up, and mom will correct me at Christmas, but those are the things I remember.
Yeah, a lot of those Scandinavian names are a little more
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah.
Did they bring you? Do you have your own Norwegian garb now?
Oh, yeah. Do you have your little.
Do you break it out at Christmas
They don't make
time?
it big enough for me.
You should have your. That should be part of your new Christmas tradition.
Yeah, you guys can dress up. And,
I do have one thing
Oh,
for the
good.
tradition.
Yes.
Okay.
My uncle, Clarence CP, had a Norwegian hat with the horns on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I went down and bought Dad one from the smoke shop up here on 10th, but it wasn't really the heritage of the Norwegians. So I was walking through the store one day, and I seen one as a joke. So I bought it and took it back. By God, he wore it. He wore it all
Good for
around the
him.
house.
Good for him. You know what you should have done with these trucking hats is add some horns to them. There you go. Would have really leaned into that.
So, huge amount of employees sounded like at Earl Foss Trucking, and I wonder, did you guys have Christmas parties for the employees?
We did for a while, and then when they really clamped
Well,
down
yeah.
on the logs, on the laws and all that.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to take responsibility, so
Oh, that makes sense.
every now and then we might have one for the office staff or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Liability and all that. Yeah. What was your? Oh, never mind. My brain again. I still have vacation brain. Sorry, just ignore me.
Yeah.
What
Not
were
a
you going to
problem.
ask?
Not a problem.
What were you going to ask?
Well, I was going to say you told us about your tradition. I thought you had another tradition to share, but it was the horns. Yeah. Any other Christmas traditions?
Yeah, we always got Santa Claus early because we opened our gifts on Christmas Eve.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of families that get Santa. Like he must
do that.
divide. He must
He really
divide the list up and go, oh,
these
I can
families
get
do
these
Christmas
people.
Eve.
I can do these people a little later.
He used to play Santa Claus.
I can't believe
I
that.
know. Weird. I can't see it at all.
Can't see the resemblance. Do you still do it?
Why
No.
not?
No.
Do you not like children?
He stole
Okay,
one.
I don't. That's
What? He stole a child.
He's still a child, yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Tell
want
us
this? I mean, we are recording.
I know,
just
I know.
to
I know.
clarify.
I did it for 7 years, and I had a blast.
You stole children
a
for
long
7
time.
years?
For 7 years, I played Santa Claus. And it just got to the part where I couldn't lift them up on my
Yeah.
Oh.
leg anymore, and I outgrew the suit.
Oh. Where would you play? Here around town? Malls? Did you do photos? Did you just. The reason I ask is because we used to do Christmas down here. My aunt and uncle were police officers, and we would have random Santas show up on Christmas Eve at my aunt and uncle's house. And we were always surprised because Santa showed up, he had gifts and distribute them, and then he'd leave. So I just figured like there was, as I grew older, I thought there might just been a Santa for hire, and turns out it was just a random person on the force that would show up and distribute
Was that you?
gifts.
I did the Metal Arc School for 2 years,
Oh, wow.
and I did West Junior Elementary.
Okay.
West used to be the junior high.
Yeah. West Elementary.
And I did them 2 years ago, and it was fantastic.
I have. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I have to ask, like, if adults got excited to see you, did you push them away or did you embrace them? Because we were just talking this
I
weekend.
was Santa Claus.
Yes.
You couldn't be selective.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a Santa Claus breakfast on Saturday, and we didn't get back into town until much later Saturday night. And I was telling my husband, he goes, "Are you sad we missed Santa breakfast at the fire department?" I'm like, "Not really, because most of the time they get freaked out when grown-ups are excited about doing those kind of things. Like I was at the Christmas parade or the Parade of
Yeah,
Lights.
we talked about this before.
Nobody was giving
Yeah.
me candy.
Yeah.
I finally got a milk from the
Meadow Gold people.
Meadow
Yeah.
Gold people. I'm like, I can be
I want to be
excited too.
Yeah.
Treat me like
absolutely.
a weird kid.
Well, we should all be kids at heart still.
Right.
You never grow up.
That's right.
And since I don't have children, I get to be ever young when it comes to this.
See, that's what I think my husband gets embarrassed by me when I just have these. I don't think I know when I have childlike wonder about things. Yes.
Well, let's go back to West Junior High.
Yes.
I went and did the whole school.
Okay.
That's first grade, kindergarten class there up to 6th. And then they come up and ask me to do the wonderful one, the handicapped children.
Oh.
Oh, my Lord, I couldn't believe it. I walked Well, have you ever tried to walk down a hall full of third graders, second graders to get to the room?
As Santa, I
as
can't
Santa,
even
yeah.
imagine.
You
Yeah.
don't make very good time.
Yeah.
And this little girl, she kind of run the school. They were telling me about her. They've caught her in the lounge sleeping. One time she got into the secretary's purse and got all the eye makeup and stuff out.
Oh,
and
my
put it on.
gosh.
I bet your name's Rebecca.
Yeah.
And when I walked through the door, she was standing with her arms on her hip, looking at me like, "Where have you been?"
Oh,
So I
you were
walked
not
in.
on time.
So I walked in and she grabbed my hand and took me all around the room, showed me everything was there, introduced me to everybody. And then there was one child there. There was two. This girl by the name of Melanie, she stole my heart. Oh, she was so cute. She couldn't talk, but I set her up on my knee and she grabbed my hat and her mother said, "Oh my God, you got to get that back from her." No,
Oh,
it's fine. I'll get it eventually.
yeah.
And then, but this kid in the wheelchair, the first year I seen him, wouldn't let me get close to him.
Ooh.
So I come up behind him so his dad could take a picture, and he turned around and looked, and he just went totally spastic,
Oh no.
just crying, just did not want me there. But the next year, I went back. He jumped out of his chair, came across the floor, up into my lap, and started talking to me.
Oh,
And his
Santa.
father said, "I do not believe this. That child has never done that for anybody."
Oh.
Wow. How
And then-
special.
We were in Walmart, and Melanie came in. Now, after I got all done, I went and shaved everything off.
So you couldn't be spotted?
Right?
Yeah.
So Melanie come
Incognito.
in, she turned around and looked at me and just lit up like a bulb. She knew who I was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are the
special.
things that really make it special.
That is
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Wow.
But I got one more for you.
Okay, bring it on.
I go out to the office bar in Vaughan. They have a steak dinner every Thursday. Third Thursday
Telling
of
me
the month.
about this. He told me about this on the phone.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to go have steak.
Yeah,
dinner
no
too.
kidding.
Office Bar Vaughn. Sorry.
Be honest with you, I think I've only had one bad one, and I've been going out there for a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's $20. You get your steak, potato, and a salad.
That's a unheard
That is
of
a
deal
bargain.
anymore. No kidding.
So their granddaughter that lives over in England, she came over.
Okay.
And the first year I came out, she just went nuts. And so she went back. She even served me my dinner that night. She had to take Santa Claus his dinner. And so I turned around and went out there, and Carol came up to me and said, "Bruce, you're not going to believe this." She's Brian and Carol, the one that owns the bar.
Okay.
And she said, "You are not going to believe this." I said, "What's that?" She said, "My granddaughter went over to England, went to her class and said, all these Santa Clauses that are here in town, they're all fakes. I've met the original."
Oh. Wow.
And
well, that's
she
quite a
told
compliment.
him he lives in Montana and eats steak at my grandparents'.
No,
Yeah.
I
Oh.
live at the North Pole.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
and you were just visiting for steak? What?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I got an invite from
Wow.
her grandmother.
Wow. Well, I don't know what higher compliment you can receive than being
I do.
the Santa. Oh, you have more.
Oh, yes. She came out the second year, and I was standing at the end of the bar getting, I can't remember. I don't drink. I'll better get that out there. And I think I was getting a glass of iced tea, and I heard her ask her grandpa, "Where's Santa Claus?" Said, "Santa Claus is right at the end of the bar." And she come around there at 110 mile an hour and gave me a hug. And she's, "Oh, Santa, you just made my day."
Oh.
And then she walked over where I was sitting and grabbed me and said, "I just melted her heart."
Oh.
You said same. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, she is a cutie.
Oh, how sweet.
Yep. I had a lot, and there's a lot of kids, a lot of fun.
I have to imagine that young kids, when they see you out, like if you're having a cinnamon roll at Wheat, Montana, just got to stare and wonder.
Yeah. Especially if you have
what's
anything
going-
red on.
I was in Needles, California, eating breakfast one morning because my father had a house in Yuma, Arizona, and I was
Okay.
driving down to him. So I walked in there, and there's this little girl. She was sitting at the table, and I come strutting in there, and I took one look at her, and I jumped back. I said, "Don't tell anybody." I said, "I'm incognito.
Yeah.
Nobody can know I'm here." And she got the biggest grin on her face, and she had to come up and say goodbye when they left, and they paid for my breakfast.
Oh, how sweet.
That's so nice.
That's so fun that you play into that with them too.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I was down there at Walmart one night, and there was 2 kids in there, and they were kind of giving their dad a tough time. And I walked around the corner. I said, "Ooh, boys." You know,
Yeah, you need to be on call for parents to
I
come and
know.
help.
And you know, I am Santa Claus, so you better straighten up.
Yeah.
And I never laughed so hard in my life because I got around the corner. Kid looked at his dad and said, "Is he really Santa Claus?"
Did you master the Santa's
Ho,
ho
ho,
ho ho? You want to give an
You want
example?
to get him ho ho ho?
Yes, please.
Ho ho ho!
Oh,
Merry
my God.
Christmas!
Oh my God.
I
That
used
is-
to.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
I'd walk into the class and tell the guys, you know, respect your parents, respect your teachers,
Yeah.
and they loved it. They all loved it.
That was a really good ho ho
So
ho.
awesome.
You ever try Santa?
No,
Do you dress up as his elf helper?
no.
Could never talk him into it.
It just seems like a fun family thing to
Yeah.
do, but
How
I guess
cool.
not.
Yeah. So let's talk about the tree then.
Can we talk about the tree
Yeah.
yet?
Sure.
Or the multiple trees. How did that?
Yeah, so let's start with the fact that there are 2 trees donated.
Yes.
But we only have one this year.
Right?
And then the question I asked Bruce was, the other one's still standing, right? And he goes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
what's with the 2 trees?
Okay. I'm not probably the best son in the world because my father asked me, well, he's been passed for 4 years, so I'd say 6 or 8 years ago. He said, I want to donate a tree to the city.
Oh.
And when he passed, you can ask Steve, I went into a depression like you wouldn't believe. And I finally got pretty much out of it.
Well, that's good.
And I looked at my Steve. I said, you know something? I said, I want to donate that tree for Dad because he always wanted to donate the tree. And so I don't remember who told me how to get a hold of that lady in the city.
Yeah.
And then Jack came out and looked at it, and he said, that's fine. He said, we'll take this one. And I said, well, why don't you take them both? He said, what? Because I kind of got a little conversation that he has a hard time getting people to do this.
Oh.
Well, I told him, I said, you got both of them.
Well, I hear there's a lot of things that go into if they can take a tree and where it's located and all these other weird things that you wouldn't think of. Like you can just see a big tree, but then they look at the health of the tree. They look at how easy it's going to be to get out because that's a big issue.
And transport.
So let's talk about this year's tree. When was it planted? Where is it
Ooh.
from your family's house that I assume still exists today?
Well, I don't know when it would have been planted because my mom and dad bought the house when I think I was 4
Oh.
or 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
In 88.
Okay.
he has 2 great big evergreens in his front yard that are starting to grow. The roots are starting to grow through the ground. And
Oh, cause some problems.
yeah, and like I said, Dad, did a lot for the city, and he decided that this would be one more thing that he would do. So
Do you remember watching? Oh, sorry. Do you remember watching that tree grow in size throughout the years that you were there,
Yeah.
or has it always been that huge
Big.
that you
no,
remember?
it started off fairly medium, but
Yeah.
it grew extensively.
Well, wait a second.
And I'm just picturing it like you've got the typical Riverview house and then,
Oh, he's in Fox Farm.
oh, so we moved at
Yes.
some point in the family
Dad-
from Riverview to Fox Farm.
Yeah, they moved in '98.
Okay.
So I got something to tell you about Riverview.
Okay.
Dad did plant a tree.
Okay.
And right now, I would say it's at least 80 feet in the air.
Holy cow.
So do you think we might be able to get this tree too?
Those people to donate?
I gave Jack the address.
Go bug them about this.
Oh, that would be
Wow.
cool. So we're in Fox Farm. 2 trees on either side of the sidewalk.
No, they're both on one side.
Oh, okay. And they took one. Since since the trucks are gone, did you borrow one to haul it yourself?
Oh, no.
No, no, the city come chopped it down
Yeah.
and took it away. I think it only took them about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, what was that like to watch that process, to watch
missed
that
it.
tree come down?
You weren't
missed it.
there?
I'm trying to
Was-
bring it up, ladies. I have it.
Okay.
I have
'Kay.
pictures of it,
Yeah.
but it's not there.
While you're looking, you should adjust your mic a little bit, bring it back up so we can hear that Santa voice in full force.
How's that?
That's much
There you
better.
go.
Thank you.
Okay, now in Riverview, we grew up in Riverview. Like I said, my mom
Yep.
and dad bought the house from Bill Kessner, and he started the
Riverview.
Riverview.
Yeah.
And they bought it in '63, and we were there all our lives.
Huh. Did you guys ever get to live in the Fox farmhouse?
I'm living in it now.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
that makes sense
That does
then
make
while you were
sense.
there.
Yeah.
Nobody in the family has the Riverview house.
No,
Okay.
no. As a matter of fact, I think Steve told me somebody from Malta bought it.
Well, keeping it in the highline. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
he come over and he said, "You ain't gonna believe this." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Somebody from Malta bought mom and dad's old
Wow.
house."
Oh, that's
Well,
so
that's kind of cool. Yeah.
I lived in Riverview till about 4 years ago.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
I was right down the street.
Different house.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So tell us what it was like watching the city come, watching this process,
you
watching the tree
critique?
get cut down.
Well, there's a little. Let's back up here a little bit.
Okay.
The city wasn't really. They wanted the tree, yes, but it wasn't them that cut it down.
Okay.
It was Guy Tobacco, and Jack worked for Guy.
Okay.
And then they got the crane from somebody else. I don't know who it was. I tried to read the name on the door, but he got in position. And then Carnahan, I believe, came up with the truck. And they
Team
put it.
effort here.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there was a lot of people there.
And all of this is donated. All of
Yeah,
the
so
people
all
all of it.
who-
volunteers, donation time.
All of it was
They
donated.
didn't cut you a big check for the tree, right?
Didn't even cut me a little one.
So no money exchanged.
No.
And all these businesses come together and
Yes, ma'am.
cut it down, put it on
On the trailer.
and then parade it into downtown, right?
Oh, they were under police escort too.
Yes.
Oh,
They
did
got
you
a
get
police
to be
escort.
part of it? I mean, obviously you're part of it because it's at your house
But
and
part
they're
of the
cutting the tree down. But did
parade to
did
get
you
it there?
get like in line behind the truck? And
Were you in the
follow
back
it
of the
down?
police car?
or in the front of
I
it?
was once in my life.
You're like, that's a different story.
Didn't like it then either. No, because ladies, it was 7 above, and I was like froze
Oh,
by the time he got everything
burn.
when
Yeah.
they came and got it. Yeah, by the time they got it on the trailer and strapped down, and yeah, bye bye.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. You said it only took them about an hour and a half to get it cut down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. What is it like looking out at your yard now and seeing that missing?
I could finally see across the street.
Yeah.
are you going to plant another tree?
No.
Oh, so then the second tree that they're going to take,
Yes, ma'am.
they'll come next year.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Do you have a
Okay.
date on when they're going to show up?
You should let us know so we can watch.
You could give Jack a call.
Okay. Yeah. You should let
He
us
might know.
know. We'd love to
Because
share
if
with
we-
people.
I will.
Okay. Thanks.
If he did it like he did last year, he'll be there shortly after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
because they
pretty
have it up
quick.
before the Parade of Lights. Yeah.
In
Were
fact-
you at the Parade of Lights to watch Santa light it?
7 above.
Yeah. Oh, same thing. Yeah. Have you ever been that Santa to get to light the
All I've ever
Parade
done
of Lights?
It's
Schools.
just for schools.
Okay. Yeah.
And the only reason, really, to be honest with you, the only reason I got into it was Sherry Fiskey.
Okay.
She was married to one of my father's dispatchers. She asked me to be Santa Claus. I said, yeah, right. So I went home. When I got to thinking about it, and I called her up. I said, Sherry, were you serious? She said, I was dead serious. Well, I knew a kid that had a Santa suit. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I went out and got the Santa suit, and it was a little tight getting on, but I got into it. And I did it, and I enjoyed it so much. I did it for, like I said, 7 years. People would call me to come to their house. Yeah, no problem.
That's cool.
I'd go to the house, wouldn't charge them anything.
Yeah. They
I-
saw how jolly you are naturally. Yeah.
I went out and did the Vaughn School twice with a friend of mine, the DeBolts that lived out there. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Neat.
Do you look at the tree? Have you seen the tree down in front of the Civic
Yes, ma'am.
Center? Do you think they did a good job setting it, decorating it? Do you have any critique there?
I was shocked when I looked and seen how actually big the tree was.
Yeah. When
I
you get
didn't-
it in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that big.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, I looked at it every day when I come in and
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was, and the second tree is bigger
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
and fuller.
Wow. Okay. So, it's
So-
going to be an upgrade next year, even.
It was funny when Jack came out to get the tree. I'm sitting there because he said they'd be out about 11 at 7:30. He's out there, and I heard the chainsaw fire up. I
7:30
thought,
in the morning?
Yeah. That's
a
a lot
bit
different
early.
than 11.
I get up and go out and look, and he's cutting branches off the bottom of the tree. I thought, ooh, that's half the tree.
Right?
And
But they got to get it down in the hole. And
no,
yeah. No.
they needed the branches for their float.
Oh.
They take part of the tree to put on their float.
Oh.
for the Guy Tobacco construction. Yeah.
Whose ever float Jack would be in charge of.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Probably Santa.
Oh, could be. Yeah. The
And
official
then,
Santa float.
Yeah, and I asked Jack if I had to be down there, and he said, "Well, it is being donated. Your parents, you should be there." And I just can't take the cold anymore.
Yeah.
Plus, I can't.
Santa can't take the cold.
But guys, I'm 400 pounds, so I can't stand very long.
Yeah. So do you go visit your sister who's in Arizona, right?
No, this is in Hobson, Montana.
Oh, that's right. Brother is
Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you go down to Arizona often because you don't like the cold?
Not since my father passed,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and he's on me all the time to come down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
time.
just got a nice warm house and you're sipping your hot cocoa and
Yeah.
I just retired about a year ago, so I really couldn't go down.
Congratulations. Yeah.
is it fun being retired?
It
Not
can be
really.
at times.
Yeah.
It's
a
pretty
different
boring at
chapter.
times.
Yeah.
No. How do you think your dad would feel seeing the tree up, knowing that you guys fulfilled that kind of wish of his?
Oh,
I
he'd
think-
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're both happy. Him and mom both.
Yeah. And you get 2 years of it, which is cool.
That is
Dedicate
really
one to your
neat.
dad and one to your mom.
Right.
Yeah. That's really neat. Yeah.
Or dedicated to the both, or maybe this time I'll dedicate it to the family.
There you go.
We
Yeah.
need to get the whole family down and get a family picture in front of
Yeah.
the tree.
Have you done that?
No.
Okay. Well, you should.
You know how much trouble I had to go through to get everybody together for the family picture that we do have of us?
I bet it's a lot with a family of your size.
Well, with Vicky down in Hobson, and
Yeah.
yeah, we finally got one when we went down to Richie graduated college, and we went down and we got a picture,
Yeah.
and it was kind of funny because Rich said, "Well, let's do a joke on mom," and everybody turned around. So we turned around and he took the picture, and then we went up and gave it to mom, and it, I'll be dang, Mom Chad must have had the camera back.
That's funny.
But I do believe that is the only family picture we got.
Wow.
We got family pictures. We're not a big family picture taken family. We got family pictures taken at my mom's 60th birthday. We chose to get family pictures done as a gift to her. And the one picture that I got of my dad is our backsides to the camera because he really thought that was our best side.
Perfect.
So it seems like this family can relate to our family
It's
very
a
well.
Highline family thing. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Or Norwegians.
Yeah,
Who
or
knows
Norwegians,
where this
yeah.
comes from, but obviously we're all interconnected
That's
somewhere.
right. That's right.
Well, I got another story on the High Line.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We were all sitting there one day and they were going through, I don't know how this one came up. There is another Foss living in, is it Winnett?
Ooh.
Next to Scobie. And he is a minister.
Oh. Yeah.
And Dad looked at Harriet, it would be his sister, and said,
What
Where,
happened
yeah,
here?
is this related to us? Why is he there? And they got to checking it, and he come there in the 40s. They got to check it out, and come to find out he is not related. But his last name was Foss.
Huh.
And he wasn't very far out of town. and they never knew it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you never know, especially with the changing of names and things like that. Maybe way far back you're related.
Yeah, the only reason we found the ones in Norway was we had a second cousin marrying somebody over there, and they did a background check on it. And that's when we found out that we had relatives in
Gotcha.
Norway still.
Wow. Nice.
Like background check to get married?
No, they were just family tree.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
like, I
you
didn't
got
do
it.
one of
You
those.
got it when you get your
Yeah.
license here. Like
Yeah.
you have to do
Yeah.
weird things. I didn't know, like if they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
I think they were doing that ancestry. They
Part of
only
that. Yeah.
found out that
Kenny Miller's the one that did it.
Okay.
He's our cousin, and yes, he went to Ancestry.com,
Uh-huh.
and that's how we found him.
yeah,
Gotcha.
that's pretty cool. I know I have friends in a town that shall remain unnamed that had to check with their parents before they could date people because they thought they didn't know if they were cousins with them
This
or
was
not.
the advantage of moving
Yeah.
to Havre and not being from Havre, because you find out how many
Everybody's
people on the
related.
High Line are related.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to ask your questions. So.
I kind of got a cute little joke about that if you wanted to hear it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You
I
asked
mean,
for it.
I know. Yeah.
This little boy goes up to his dad. He said, Dad, he said, I'm in love. He said, well, yeah, son, who are you in love with? Well, I'm in love with Sharon, the next door neighbor. He said, oh, son, he says, you can't do that. I'm her father. Okay, he said.
Oh,
Then he went running up there the next day and says, Dad, well, I'm in love again. Well, who are you in love with this time? Well, Carol. Can't go with her. She's, I'm her father.
oh gosh.
So he goes in the back kitchen and he's crying. He said, Mom, I love these two girls and I can't go with them because Dad's the father. She said, go ahead and go with them, honey. Your father's not your father.
Oh my gosh.
Those are
Surprise.
good stories. Good stories.
So when it's not Christmas time and you're donating trees or playing Santa or having your Norwegian hats, what do you like to do in Great Falls?
Drive down to Hobbs and see my sister.
Okay.
Okay.
I love
Nice drive. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful drive.
and I love the farm.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's got 6 cows. No, they've got 30 cows on their land.
Okay.
okay.
But
6
she's
cows
got
are pets?
6 cows are pets.
Ah.
You will not get them. They are going to live their life.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll dig a hole out back of the house and
Yeah.
put it in the grave.
I like
Those
that.
are-
I could
those
see
are her
myself
pets.
having pet cows.
And I can't remember the names of them.
Yeah.
Are they the furry kind?
Oh, I want a Highland,
Highland
cow.
cow?
No, they're Charlets.
Okay. Those are cute too. They can be.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, what was her name?
Your sister?
No. When she was a calf, it was so funny because Vic would go out and feed it,
Okay.
bottle feed it. Mm-hmm. And well, how this cow came is the mother disowned it. which
Okay.
I never heard of before, but apparently they do.
Yeah.
So Vic adopted it, bought it, took it out to bottle fed it, and it was funnier than heck because her and her daughter would play with it. I'm serious. That calf would just go nuts. Mel would get behind the lean-to and poke her head out and say something. Boy, that calf would jump around.
Cute.
And then Vicky would feed it. It would wipe its face across her
Yummy.
coat. And then she would run around and do something. Then she'd come up and hit my sister with her head.
Yeah.
Cute.
You know, I mean,
My brother ended up with a bum calf that we fed Brownie. And he was the greatest cow ever. But he grew up because all cows do, and they got pretty big. Well, we were unloading groceries one day, and we're hauling. Each one of us gets an armload, hauls it into the house. Well, Kenny's cow follows him into the house and then drops everything off, comes back. My mom's like, you can't let the cow in the house anymore. Like, it's too big.
Yeah.
And Brownie's like, just hanging
Hanging
out.
out like I always have. Yeah. Cute.
well, I don't know whether you ladies believe this or not, but Dave walks up to the fence and whistles, and all 30 cows come to him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe it.
They're his pets.
They're the source of food.
No,
No?
the 6 pets of Vic's. Nobody will get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, they're feeding the cows, so the cows like to come
Yeah.
for the food.
Dave gives them what they call range pellets,
Okay.
and they just love them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Are they a little round? Yeah, I remember
Molasses
those
thing.
from
Yes.
horses too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they just love it. And then
Yeah.
It's like he said, they'll bump him with the head. And my brother-in-law is 72.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 72.
And he's still operating?
oh, he does
Wow.
everything.
Huh.
Good for him.
They built a lean-to, him, my sister, and her 2 kids, son-in-law and daughter. They put up the siding, and Vicky and Dave put up the framework and all the cement. And
Huh.
he's going to put a garage out there, and he says he's going to go out there and measure it, make sure everything gets done. I mean,
Good for him. Yeah.
he's got more compliments on his fencing than. I mean, it's meticulous. He's a
Yeah.
very meticulous guy. And it's like Vic said, when I'm out there helping him, she says, I just sit down and wait for him to tell me what to do because he's got all the plans in his head. He never writes anything down.
Yeah.
He is an amazing man.
Wow.
That must be like after years of marriage, you just quit asking and just wait.
You're right. Like, all right, we'll see what happens here.
I think I got some lessons to learn from Vic.
I'm sure I do. Yes.
You wouldn't have any for me.
So you like to head out to the farm. What do you like to do?
Oh, I
around
like
Great
to golf.
Falls? Yeah?
Ooh.
Which course in Great Falls is your favorite?
Anaconda.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's
Yeah.
a challenging one.
I just
Especially
think
back
it's
nine.
pretty.
Yeah. That hole, which hole is it that curves over the little pond and the trees that inevitably the ball goes in the pond every time?
No, yeah, I think it's 15.
Yeah,
I've
something
been
on the
there.
back nine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the only one who's bald.
I am not. I know I am not the only one. I have seen it happen. And I was like, he's probably a much better golfer. but-
Yeah. No, when we were in the trucking business, my dad and I always went to the motor carriers.
Nice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
They, back then that's all they did was golf.
Yeah.
And they had a tournament at the end at the association that everybody golfed. I mean, we'd have 105, 106 golfers,
Oh, wow.
and we were up there practicing one time, and I was in front of my dad in another group, and he got a bunch of golf balls with his name on them.
Oh, cool.
So I hit one someplace, I can't remember, and I couldn't find it. Uh-huh. So I just left. Well, he comes up behind me, the guy golfing with him, and he hit the ball in the same spot.
Oh, and
Pretty
found.
soon he comes out and he said,
What?
yo. I said, yeah. Well, he said, well, how can I have one of
Why
your
do you
golf
already
balls?
have a ball over
Yeah,
there?
he said, how can I have one of your balls? He said, don't worry about it. My son's in front of you.
Like he gave up on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I broke a tail light.
So you're a solid, good golfer.
Oh, no.
You'll appreciate this story, Steve. So I play golf, not well. Which, unless you're golfing every day, I don't know who plays golf that well. But in high school, I played golf, and in Shelby, actually on the Shelby course, teed off one of the girls who was in my group. I don't know, forgot I was teeing off or whatever. She had already started walking down the fairway. My drive hit her right in the backside as she was walking
I've
down
done-
the
I
course.
did that.
Did you not like her?
I didn't even know her. She was from another school. We were just paired
Oh,
for the
okay.
tournament. I felt really bad, but yeah, like, shouldn't have been walking. Yeah.
Steve did that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Was it to somebody you didn't like?
No, they were just standing there.
Yeah, you got to watch
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would just think it would be serendipitous if it just happened to be someone you didn't
And I-
like.
I mean,
and
that
I
would
had-
be helpful.
Sorry,
And
didn't
I
mean
had
to
a
hit
really
you.
nice sister-in-law. She went home and picked up the ball for me.
Yeah. So you didn't have to show your face. That's nice. I didn't have that option. They definitely knew who it was.
No, the guy in Fort Benton, I had kind of a slice, so I lined up like this.
Yeah.
And he was, Fort Benton, you play right next to the cemetery.
Yep.
Well, he's out visiting somebody, so
No.
I teed off, and I stuck it right in his tail light.
Oh.
So pretty
Insult
soon-
to injury.
Yeah, he comes back, and I said, well, that kind of knocked out the tail light, and I paid for it and everything else. And he looked at me, and he said, just what in the heck were you aiming?
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
You try to play into it
Yeah.
with the slice, and so one time you don't do it, and it.
Yeah,
Yep.
perfectly. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. My dad, and that was one thing that surprised me was how good my dad got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he never played sports when he was young. And he just loved it.
Yeah.
Well, when you're working your way through the rail yard that
Yeah.
young,
Yeah, no, he come from a very
Just
Poor family.
just one sibling though from your dad?
Oh, no.
Oh.
There was
12,
Holy cow.
12 or 14.
14 on my
You
dad's side
got
and
lots
14
of
on my
aunts and
mom's
uncles and cousins then.
Holy
cow.
crap. We should
Wow.
have started there.
Yeah.
Really late in the podcast
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to get that piece of information. That's on us.
I came,
side. And
I
there's-
drove over the road, all 40, I don't know, 40 states.
Man.
And there ain't a state I can't hit that I can't find a relative.
Well, with that many people out
Yeah, no
there.
kidding. My goodness.
Yeah, and I think I've got, what have we got? We got one aunt left on mom's side, and we got two aunts left on my dad's side.
Holy.
Do you know all of your cousins?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does.
Matter
Maybe you'll get a book one day, Bruce.
Yeah.
Just match them up.
matter of fact, we have an aunt that's going to be 100 years old in January.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
cow.
And we're
That's
going over for the
amazing.
party.
Well,
Eh,
should be a
Seiko?
good one.
In Seiko?
No,
No.
she lives in Stevensville, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Stevensville.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic.
And she was walking 5 miles a day, but now she's cut it to 2 because of her age.
Well, I think that's if you want to
Yeah.
the secret
I
to
guess
longevity.
there
That's
we
part
go.
of it, isn't it?
And the best part of the whole story is they figured she would be the first one to pass away because she had heart problems.
Wow.
Oh.
That's good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Stubborn
happy
Norwegian.
100th to her. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad lived to be 91. How old was Art when he passed?
89.
89?
Got some good genes going there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, at the risk of not knowing the answer to this question, I'm going to wrap
why
us
you
up
ask
with
it.
this. Yeah, we'll see how well this goes.
No. We got lots more stories.
Bruce, of all the states you've been to, you obviously still call Montana home.
Mm-hmm.
Is it your favorite state?
It is.
Good.
See, I figured. I figured.
Oh, that was a risky question for our
But
podcast.
you know, you get back in North Carolina, South Carolina, they got some pretty nice looking places back there.
Yeah.
I never did that until my father closed down, and then I went to pulling a flatbed, which I really enjoyed. All the states I've traveled in, I've been coast to coast, and anything above Washington D.C. on the East Coast, I did not get to.
Okay.
New York, Maine.
We got to make a trip out there sometime.
A lot of people in those areas.
Yes, there is.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
But you know, Florida and me don't get along.
Yeah.
Fat boy and humidity does not work.
It's humidity's.
I don't think humidity is much of anybody's friend.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to laugh there. Had a guy with me, and he's a real good friend of mine. We were running a sleeper down there, and he wanted to see an alligator. I said, "Oh, Junior, you're going to see an alligator because we're going across Alligator Alley.
Oh.
Guarantee you'll see an alligator." So we're going across there, and there wasn't a single alligator. And I asked somebody about that. He said, "That's because they're doing road construction.
Oh no.
They won't be around."
Oh gosh. So we didn't
So-
get to see.
I went into the truck stop, and they had a little green alligator. So I bought it for him. I said, "There, you can see an alligator."
There you
There you
go.
go.
He said, "You know, this really ain't the same." So as we're going out of the state, I hollered at him, "Jump up. There's an alligator out there." He jumped up, said, "Where? Where?" Right there on the sign.
It's like again. See, that's the thing is I would much rather deal with a bear than an alligator. Like,
I wonder though, are alligators like deer? Like, can you accidentally hit an alligator like you can accidentally hit a deer?
As slow as they move, I don't think there'd be any accident
yeah.
to it.
I
Seriously.
mean, probably, but yeah. Well, they can hurry, can't they?
They don't go very if they're in the water, they can go fast.
Yeah.
But
They
on
don't
ground?
move on ground very fast.
Yeah.
But you know, like, the thing I got when I drove was the difference. You know, we sit here in Montana and we put up with the cold weather and we know what's going on and everything else. I've had on occasion to go back to North and South Carolina and even Florida, and, you know, it's 50, 60 degrees back there and they've got their winter jackets on. We're running
true.
on in T-shirts.
Yeah.
It's all the
Yeah,
perspective,
and
right?
they just think we're nuts.
And
Yeah.
we think they're nuts.
Yeah. My brother was down there one time, and this is a real cute story. And the guy said, "Aren't you cold there in the truck stop?" And Greg said, "No, why?" Well, he said, "It's 60 degrees out." And Greg said, "Yeah, T-shirt, sweater
warm.
for me."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, where are you from?" Greg said, well, I'm from Montana. Yeah, I said, I was there one time too. He said, you guys must have the market cornered on electric cars.
What?
Yeah. Greg said, what do you mean
Why?
electric cars? He said, well, every time I go up there, he said, I see that little plug in the front for the headboard heater. He thought we had electric cars.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. You're like, this actually probably isn't the best spot for them, but yeah.
But then that's what I noticed is the
That's funny.
transparency and the the climate we grew up in compared to where you go around here and you see different people and what they consider cold and hot. And
Absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
Well, even in this office, anything over 65 for me is just a little too warm, and everyone else is like at 80, 85,
oh
90.
no, I'm not as
Well,
bad as the
Well,
we
others.
used to all California with no air conditioners. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
my oldest brother came up and stayed with me one time 2 years ago, and I still laugh about it today. Is I got up and I laying there in bed and the heater come on. And I said, now why is that on? Because I had it shut off.
Yeah.
So I get out of bed and walk down to the kitchen to have a coffee. And I said, Rich. He said, what? I said, you turned the heater on? Well, of course I did. He said it was 65 degrees in here. And I said, yep,
my
you're
gosh.
humanized.
Yep. That's what I turn ours. I keep ours at like 65, or at night I would actually turn it down more. But my husband is, I'm over there sweating and he's got a heated blanket on. He's like, it's freezing in here. I'm
Oh.
like, it's like 65.
I would
It's
keep
fine."
it 55 at night if I could.
Yeah.
You'll love this little story.
Okay.
My mom and dad went down and bought a blanket, an electric blanket with separate controls on each side.
Oh,
Okay.
So dad said he's laying in bed there. And, geez, he said it was getting hot, so he was turning it down. Mom was on her side,
cranking it up.
just freezing, cranking it up.
Oh my gosh.
Before they realized they had the
That
controls
they were
crossed.
both. That's funny.
Oh,
funny.
fun
That's
stuff.
good.
Good stuff.
our mother was a saint, like I said. She put up with 4 boys. and
Yeah. Wow.
That old one, Rich, she loved to play pranks on her. And she said, I got ready to go to bed one time, and Dad was home, and just about the time that she walked into the bedroom, they shut the light off. My mom got thinking, there's something going on. Then they start giggling while she's walking around the edge of the bed. Well, what they had done is they had taken a shoebox and put a dozen eggs in it
Oh.
and bet that she would step in it.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
She got so mad, she ran him out and had him up against the wall like this, threw the eggs and missed him every time.
Oh, no.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
she's
did
probably
she?
so
And then,
angry.
then she had to clean it up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Man.
But like I say,
Poor mother.
raising 4 boys and
Yeah.
the daughter
Plus
by
your
herself.
dad.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
You know,
you
it
raised
was-
6 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
It was, she was full-blooded German too, so that was another strike against us.
Yep.
A Norwegian and a German.
Jeez. You guys just must battle internally all the time.
Mom and Dad got in an argument one day over an accident that happened in Bakersfield, California. They're on Mountain Pass over by Baker Grade. And Mom went and got the wrecker bill, walked out and showed my dad that he was wrong. And he said, I don't care. I'm still right.
This seems like a conversation that would happen in my household. Yeah.
Does not matter.
Oh, yeah. German and Norwegian arguing. Nobody's a winner.
Yeah. No. Maybe people
she-
watching because it's entertaining.
But she was the bookkeeper of the company. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so
Important job.
yeah, very important.
Man. Family business. Family still hanging out together today.
Right.
Donating trees for our great, great city. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
what
Thank
you've
you
done.
both for
No
being
problem.
here.
Enjoyed being here.
Wait
and
till
for
next year.
donating for our community. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see next year's tree.
Yes.
Shannon
Well,
might.
you can come
Bigger
take
and
a
better.
sneak peek if you want to.
Yeah, we
Yes,
could go
please
get pictures
do.
of the tree that's still standing, do the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
story and journey of
That's
that.
very true.
That's true. Well, thank you, folks, for being here. Bruce, Steve, it's been a blast. I don't remember the last time I've had so much fun talking
Yeah.
about Christmas trees ever.
Wait till next year.
It also
look at
has
that.
just smelled so good in here the whole time because
I
I
know.
keep getting whiffs of these. We got to dig in.
So, folks, until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful faces in our fine city, we do hope you are creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. We'll see you soon.
We're no damn experts, as the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana. covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.